Hey, what's up, everyone? We are hanging out, and we just, of course, with Ian Eastwood, the man of the hour, and we just saw your Adult Lessons mixtape, dance mixtape, the first of its kind, and you had like all your you know, the close homies here. What was that like? What did it feel like to have the support?
Honestly, this experience is the craziest thing, and it's the best thing that could have happened before the release because, you know, like once I release it, that's it. It's on the internet, you know, and it's the world to experience and take and digest and whatever they want to do with it. But I'm not ever really going to know how people feel about it until I talk to them, you know, until someone sees me at a class or someone sees me on the street or something, or, you know, and tells me, you know, that they liked the work. But the feeling of like, the nerve-wracking feeling of releasing a project that you've worked on for an entire year and then getting into a room full of a bunch of people that you like, really respect or have invested a lot of time into, is a lot of my students are here and people that I train and I'm really close to, and it's just like the craziest feeling to be able to be physically in a room with someone and be like, hey, here's this thing that I like poured my heart into for the last year. I hope you like it. And everybody was just like so supportive, and I've gotten so much feedback. We got kicked out because everybody was just talking to me and giving me a lot of love and telling me what they liked about it, all their favorite parts, whatever it might be. But I'm really excited to release it now, and I'm really excited to just keep pushing and, you know, keep going. So
it felt incredible to watch. I mean, it really did feel like a mixtape, and I could even see people like being able to like press their favorite one and starting right there. Tell me a little bit about like how the concept came about, because obviously you've been doing concept videos for a while, but putting this together, tell me like when it started and how it like kind of changed over time.
So it's really funny because recently I was talking to one of my best friends, Ade, about this, and he was actually telling me, like, dude, you know, you had this idea, like, going back to when we were, like 15 or 16 years old. And I knew that I had it for a long time, but sometimes when you have an idea and you just think, like, oh, sometime I'm going to do that, you forget how long you might have had that idea. And so I had it going all the way back to then. And then at some point, another choreographer, Andrew Batterina, released what he was calling, I think, a dance album, and I was really bummed. I was like, oh man, I really wanted to do that. But the way he did it was a lot more, it kind of felt more just like individual YouTube videos that were like in a certain category. And when it released, I was like, oh, this is dope, but at the same time I was like, okay, cool, because this is not what I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to do like a real mixtape, like something that you can download. So that's I think for me is the key element about this project that sets it apart. I'm not going to say where it's going yet because it's going to be a surprise, but where this mixtape goes, you are going to actually be able to physically download it so that you can have it on your device, drop it in your iTunes folder, and it'll have on there with the artwork, and it'll have all the chapters in there with the titles of the chapters. It'll say directed by Ian Eastwood, all that stuff. Which is really cool to me, that you can like sync it on your device and have it. If you want to go on a plane, you can watch it, you know. And if you're a kid on a bus, you can watch it and share it with your friend. And you don't have to have the internet to stream it. I think that that's like the coolest part that really like truly sets it apart. Also, what really came together for this was that in the last year, I ended up becoming a lot of friends with a lot of musicians that were a part of this. So every single piece of music in this, I'm good friends with the artist besides Kanye, but every other person. So
Childish Gambino, that's huge.
Yeah, I did Gambino's sober video last year, so that made sense. And then you know, there's some special cameos in there. I'm not going to give that away either. But, you know, Donnie Trumpet and The Social Experiment, Chance the Rapper, all those guys are friends of mine. Vic Mensa, Rory, they're all good friends of mine. So it was really cool that when I did it, A, I had their blessing to do it with their music, you know, and then B, Chance's band, The Social Experiment, members of the band, Peter Gonzaga and Nate Fox, actually came in and did original scoring for all of the in-betweens of tracks. Yeah, so like when you hear certain things in there, the whole entire beginning is all original score. The ending is all original score. In between, the interlude in Only One is all original score. So even the things that I've released have been recut and recolored, like Only One and Chivalry is Dead. So it's just really crazy the way it all kind of came together at the right time. You know, last year I basically I felt like I pushed YouTube as far as I could push it, you know, creatively, before people started to not want to invest anymore because it's too artsy for YouTube, you know. It's too like avant-garde, you know, for YouTube. So that's where I was like, maybe it doesn't have to go on YouTube. And that's where everything changed, when I decided it doesn't have to go on YouTube. And when I kind of like became good friends with a bunch of these artists, everything kind of changed. And then I was like, you know what, I can do this. And I just did it, you know.